I don't know if we really consider the absolute amazing blessing that this line of gurus has brought into our lives. I know we think about it, and it's been incredible from the beginning for all of us, but can we really know who these great souls are? These great beings of light that Master introduced us to through the autobiography of a yogi. Can we really know these avatars and their consciousness and what they have come to bring us into the world? It's beyond expectation of imagination. When you think of how our little lives actually attracted these great gurus because of our desire for God. Our yearning must have been very, very, very intense along the way, and especially in recent incarnations. And as that magnetism grew, to find our guru in this incarnation, at this time, during this age. Swami said that he felt that Yogananda was the avatar for this age. And I have been watching and listening to Spiritual Renewal Week at Ananda. So inspiring, these great souls, these great yogis, so humble, so sincere, so ready to just be open channels for Divine Mother and for their gurus. It's really been touching me to watch these talks of my dear friends, my guru guys that I lived with for so many years. It's amazing how just, we see people every single day, and we live with them, and we work with them, and we serve with them, and we see them in their bodies, and we see them in their lives, and we see them with their responsibilities and their ups and their downs. And we sort of get used to people. We sort of get used to, oh, well, that's just old Joe. He's always like that. Or this one has a great sense of humor, great for him. But we just become used to each other. But when I was watching these talks, I began to see behind the personalities, behind the physical body of these friends, and feel their souls. And I began to really see, after all of these years, and I've known this here and there, but it really overwhelmed me this time, the yearning of their souls for freedom, and the yearning of their souls to do their guru's will, and the yearning of their souls to give their lives completely to God. And it thrilled me. Here are souls that have absolutely dedicated their lives to the guru. And how can that be when we've never met the guru in the body? We had Swami, but Swami now is no longer here. But when he got onto the spiritual path, he read a book, and it changed his life forever. He hadn't even met his guru. And so all of us who haven't been with Swami, there is no separation between spirit and the soul. There is no separation between master and the disciple. There is no separation when love is the unifying force in the universe, when the guru is pure love, and he is just there for us to open up to that love. And so the disciples in this age are blessed beyond compare, but we are blessed to know them. And we are blessed to know one another, because there aren't too many souls that are seeking God as sincerely and as focused and as concentrated as the souls that I've met. There aren't too many. I'm sure there are hundreds, and millions maybe, but the ones that I've met, I know in my heart, because I can tell, and you can tell, because we meditate what's real and what's not real, who's sincere and who's not sincere, who's putting on a show and who's not putting on a show. We know that. Our intuition knows that. And where did that come from? That sincerity of true seekers that want to find God in this lifetime. It came from God. And the reason why it's manifesting now, even in these stages of this world transformation that we're going through, the reason why the light is shining brighter through Master and through these souls is because we're receptive. And we are opening up more and more, like that lotus that I talked about in the meditation, to the sun of God's grace. We're letting God in. We are accepting our lives exactly where God has put us. We haven't wanted to be somewhere else, or doing a different job, or married to a different person, or different kids. No, Swamiji has shown us that right where we are in this moment, this is where we will find God. And so we find ourselves in this moment together, in a spiritual family with so much support. We can't really judge the spiritual support that we have because it's so powerful unless we go deep into meditation and we begin to feel that joy of our soul. That's infinite. That joy is eternal. That joy is omnipresent in everything, in every part of nature, in every soul. But because we meditate, and our great gurus have given us these techniques of Kriya Yoga and energization exercises and the ability to tune in and focus inside, the kingdom of God is within, Christ said. Because of that, we begin to get a glimpse, and then a little bit more of a glimpse, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more, until we begin to bubble over with joy, just in the joy of living for God. Nothing outside of us can bring that joy. It will all be taken away at death, and at the next incarnation, and the next one, and the next one. So we must accept the fact that we are already in a state of perfection, and work on feeling that perfection within, because that love is there. There is no mistaking it. And as the years go on and you open up more and more to life, and you begin to bring more life force into your incarnation, what you've been asked to do, into your mission, so to speak, in this world, the more you do that, you open up more and more. One time, Swamiji went to Master and said, "Teach me to love you as you love me." And Master said, "How can the cup hold the whole ocean?" And it's true. When our cup is so small and narrow-minded, and all we care about is ourselves and our little lives, and how the world is affecting us, and how people are treating us, and if we're successful or not in this world, and if our family is perfect, and if we have the right education, you begin to shut down because your focus and attention is in the physical world. But the ocean is always there, and always there for us to dive into if we turn to God, and if we turn to the Guru. And the Guru will help us. The Guru came to help us. Devi was saying that in this age, in this world of Dwapara Yuga that we're in, the transition from Kali Yuga, it's very, very intense time. As we can see, overnight, the world has changed. Overnight. Master said that Divine Mother was going to have surgery and perform surgery on the world, especially the United States, and probably material-minded people. So I think now they've applied the anesthesia, and we're all in lockdown. we're all waiting to see what's going to happen next. But Master hasn't gone away. Master's saying, go inside, use this time wisely, meditate deeply, read spiritual books, listen to Master's talks, listen to Swami's talks, listen to your Guru Bhai's talks on the internet, feel the music, chant, meditate, go deep. Use this time as a glorious moment where we can actually seek God unobstructed. It's such a blessing to be in lockdown. Some people are afraid of it, or they're antsy, or they're bored, or they're lonely, but how can you be lonely when you're seeking God? And He's right there waiting for you to tap into his love, how can we be lonely? We're never alone. We're never without the Guru. And so she was saying that in our solar system, the Dwapara Yuga, our solar system is moving closer to that galaxy of divine light, that powerful light, that galaxy of infinite lifetrons always there beyond creation. It's coming from God, but there's all this light of creation, and our little solar system is moving closer to that. And so there's more light. And so because of that, our consciousness is more receptive to that light. And because of that, the gurus can come during this age. And that's why they came. That's why Master came to all of us, because we're able to receive him. We're able to receive God's light through him, just by nature of the age that we're in, the age of Dwapara Yuga. And so when Christ went to Babaji and he said, the lights on the high altar of my church are growing dim. Those still lit with good works and outer works and things that we do in this world, the noble taper of inner communion burns low and is ill-attended. Let us together, united in Christ's love, set lights ablaze on that high altar once again. It's so beautiful. So the age is now ready. We are now ready to receive what God has to give us. And so Babaji and Christ conspired, and they said, this is the time. And so Babaji said, okay, he told his sister, I'll stay in my body for this age, however long that age is going to be. So Babaji said okay to Christ because of his deep compassion for the human condition. He's alive now in the Himalayas, which we all know about. If we read the AY and we meditate deeply, we can feel his presence. He said, anybody who utters my name in reverence will receive an instant spiritual blessing. He's there for us. He's a thought away. And so he called Lahiri Mahashaya to him, this great avatar, this great being of light, who was encased in a very unassuming nature and body and lifestyle. The greatness of Lahiri Mahashaya was that he asked Babaji if he could please give Kriya to all those who sincerely ask for it. That's us. To all those who sincerely ask for it. We don't have to be perfect renunciates, be perfect. We don't have to be more than we are right now in this very minute. All we have to do is practice what Lahiri Mahashaya taught. And so Lahiri Mahashaya came as a householder to show us, you too can find God. This is not just for the great yogis of the Himalayas anymore. This is an age where you too, because your soul is ready to merge with God beyond creation. You're ready. So I'm going to give you these techniques. And then Sri Yukteswar was Lahiri Mahashaya's disciple. And Sri Yukteswar, don't forget, we tend to look at Sri Yukteswar as this stern jnana yogi who was always training just one disciple, but don't forget, he resurrected in his body in Bombay in that hotel room to his disciple. He resurrected his body, and he told us truths that we never would have known unless he said those things. And he said it in ways that we could understand about the astral world and about death and dying, about the causal world and what thought is and where God is in our life and how to access the spirit within us. It's just beautiful. Read that Resurrection of Sri Yukteswar. Read all these chapters in the AY, but that one in particular gives us a glimpse as to the glory and the omnipresence of these great gurus and of our own selves. And so then Sri Yukteswar, as I read in that poem in the beginning, Master went to him, said, he's the greatest guru, he's my guru. Who can be greater than my own guru? And he followed him And he was trained by him. Not that he needed training, but he did it as an example for us. And he wrote in that chapter in the autobiography of a yogi, years in my guru's ashram, it's amazing what the lessons that Sri Yukteswar gave to Master. Those are our lessons. Those are our teachings. Those are from the Guru to us. We should meditate on. They're not just little cute stories so that we can watch Saturday night with popcorn. They're deep teachings. Every lesson that Yogananda learned, and the beauty of that relationship between the Guru and the disciple, so beautiful. And Yogananda made that manifest. He made that manifest to us so that we would know how to act as disciples. That's what that chapter's about. And we would know the glory, the blessing, and never forget the gratitude that we have for this grace in our life. We need to know and always remember that this is not by chance. Nothing happens by chance. We've created our lives. We've created our karma. And so now I think we need to rest a little bit and think, oh, I have good karma. I have Guru. There is no greater blessing in all three worlds. No greater blessing. Oh, I have a Guru. I'm okay now. Because Master said he would never give up his job about us until we were free. And he means it. And our Guru teaches us through love. And then Swamiji, again, the perfect disciple, came to Master at a very young age. And when Master was just about to leave his body, 3.5 years he was with them. And that's because Swami had a lot of work to do in this world. And his work was to start communities of Kriya Yogis and to bless and bring Master's teachings into the next generation. We're that next generation, all of us that are listening right now, that are on the planet. We're the next generation. And that's why the New Path is such a beautiful book to read, because he gives us direction in this age of Dwapara Yuga of how to be. And he brings Master's teachings alive and into our daily lives so that we can actually follow without some erudite language of the ancient Vedas. No, he says right now, he says, he gave us the affirmation, I vow from this day forth to be joyful under all circumstances. I came from God's joy. I am joy. Isn't that beautiful? We came from God's joy. We are joy. And now we need to manifest that joy in this world. That's our duty as disciples on this path. And the more we can give of ourselves and feel that light of the Gurus is flowing through us, that we don't need to worry where it goes. Swami would always tell us, don't worry. The light is intelligent. God knows exactly what to do with every word you speak, every way you serve, whoever you are, whatever you're doing. Don't worry about, oh, it's not important enough, or I'm alone, or who knows I'm here, or I want to be over there and they're really doing something better. No. It's wrong thinking. What we have to do is be right here in the moment, feel God's joy, meditate deeply, and then just ask God, what do you want me to do today? Jyotish said in his talk last night, it was so sweet. He said, he gave 5 things for finding God. And the very first thing was, be kind. And he said, you can wake up in the morning and the very first thought should be, I'm going to be kind today to everybody I meet. Your wife, your husband, your children, your dog, your pets, shopkeepers, people on the streets, relatives, people you're having hard times with, the people you work with, the people you're on the phone with your job, on the computer. I'm going to be kind to everyone I meet, because that kindness is born of compassion. And people need that now more than anything. They need kindness. And Swamiji says in one of his beautiful songs, it's kindness that softens the human heart. Just kindness. Quit judging, criticizing. Everybody's doing the best they can. We're all doing the best we can. And the only way we'll proceed, the only way we'll get out of this delusion, the only way that we'll find our goal of freedom from all of it, is to live in love, to live in unconditional love. And the more we give that love, the more we open up to more love in our own selves. And then Master can show us so that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are love itself, that the Guru is love himself, that God is love himself, that the whole world is made of love. It's what holds this world together. And we have a tiny part in that, but it opens the door to infinity when we are kind, and when we are generous, and when we are non-judgmental, and we love one another, as Christ said, as we want to be loved. Love one another as you yourself want to be loved. That is the message that the Guru brings in this age. There's no kindness out there. It's very dark. But we know, because we have it in our hearts, and we have the support of this line of Gurus behind us and within us, and we have God every moment. And Master said, he said, eventually, why not now? Why not now? What in the world are we waiting for? Now's the time. Now the time for finding God has come. It's here. This is the moment. So don't waste any more time. And know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you are loved, you are protected, you are secure in the knowledge that you are a part of all that is. And that all these gurus came for each individual soul to understand himself, herself, that that is the truth of life. That is the purpose of our life, is to find God and share God. That's all. It's so simple. Not so easy because we're bound by our habits and desires, but very simple. So on this Guru Poornima day, we really would like to offer our love to all of you, because as Guru Bhais and seekers of the very same thing every single day, we want to support you, and we pray for you that in this life that you will find what you are seeking, and that God will come to you in the most beautiful individual way that he can, within your own heart, within your own soul, and that you will know that indeed you are one with God. So God bless you on this special occasion, and we would like to do an arati now. So I'm going to put on a song and we'll light a candle. So God bless you, and thank you for coming today.